Hello, friends. Good evening. Chelsea Collie here. I hope this reaches you well. I am going to do a quick video real quick while I have the chance. Maybe that's a little better. Hope this reaches you well. I just wanted to do a quick video about an update on the Truth Tour. And as I mentioned in my last video, I decided not to go to Los Angeles this weekend because it was going to be difficult, and I decided to stay in the Austin area and have some time for self-care. And I did get a little half day at the spa yesterday, got a mani-pedi and a massage. So I'm so super thankful for that. And I was just thinking, how much would the whole world change if every woman had a spa day? Can you imagine how much our world would change for the better if every person who just needed a break and needed some time for self-care got an opportunity to spend a weekend for self-care? So if anybody is watching, please comment below. Let me know that this is working. I have had a lot of technical difficulties, as I'm sure you've seen on different episodes, things going in and out, and it's been a real challenge for me in a lot of ways technologically over the course of the last 2.5 years, ever since I started with. And so I decided to take a little break. It says my connection is unstable. So God, please surround the airwaves. Archangel Michael, please guard the airwaves and help us to be able to get this message out. I just wanted to share a little bit about Truth Tour 2. It was a pretty heavy day yesterday. Lots of amazing speakers talking about all kinds of important topics. And the end of yesterday was quite explosive, quite fiery. And Russell J. Gould went up there. He did his thing. He did come off pretty arrogant and was just not coming off in the best way, saying all different things. And really it got to the point where they started to do the Q&A, and then it got to the point where Herms pretty much called him out. So Herms pretty much called him out, was forcing him to be accountable on stage, on live stream, in front of everyone. But Herms had a conversation with him before and was like, hey, are you willing to answer the hard questions? Are you willing to, tackle the tough topics? And that was something that Russell J. Gould agreed upon. So it was pretty heavy. I want to encourage you to go back and just watch everything that happened, because it was pretty powerful.
Come under the will of the commander-in-chief. And so there are things in place in the law.
So yeah, he was definitely being challenged, and I'll just show this here. This is a little clip of Herms had quite enough and was really kind of calling him out, calling Russell J. Gould out on stage. Let me just take 1 second to make sure that you can hear me okay, since it doesn't look like anybody's on the live stream. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, here's a clip from last night.
Here's the deal. I'm working with people directly that are at the border working.
Can you hear that?
Involved that we're going to be organizing stuff. Because everybody in here is complicit, right? Because of our phones, our cell phones, our pomp and circumstance. No, our circus and bread from the Roman Empire. So there's where we agree. But to me, and Winifred, I apologize because I love you very much. You're amazing, okay? But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Well, we just want reality. And I'm not even saying Russell's incorrect, because there's a lot I agree with you. But what I am saying, and this is my challenge, and I will not have you manipulated, so this is my challenge, okay? Where's your teeth? It's a lot of talk without teeth, because I can tell you, I know people that are working directly at the border to take care of business.
And I would love to support them in legal contract.
Illegal, you're the one that knows that we're in a war.
But still, contract has jurisdiction to keep people out of trouble. And I want to keep everybody out of trouble. So yes, I totally agree with you.
I hereby say I don't give a damn if I'm in trouble. All right? I'm not worried about contract. I'm worried about taking care of the children.
You go, boy. You go, boy.
Now,
yeah, so he totally, Louis Herms, was like, who cares about contract, grammar, jurisdiction, all of this? Like, apparently this guy, Russell J. Gould, says because he has stolen the flag that he is the commander-in-chief. And so Louis is challenging him. If you're the commander-in-chief and apparently have been since 1999, which is what Russell J. Gould has been saying all of these years, isn't all of this blood on your hands? Like, your responsibility? Where's your army? He's like, where's your teeth? Meaning, where is the one thing that's like, oh, Russell J. Gould has this? It's like nothing is quantifiable. All he's talking about is grammar and contracts and where colons and commas should be. And who the F cares when there are children who are suffering and dying and being kidnapped and coming over the border? And it's just like, we've got to get our priorities straight. So I love that conversation. I love that conversation was public. And just to let you know what Louis also shared this morning about Russell, let me just say, it did not go well for Russell J. Gould. He did not look well. Like, he kind of made himself look pretty not good. But he says are true. And, Louis did find some common ground and some things that they could both agree on, which is great. And so I said today, I really hope that they get back on stage and like make up, because that would be such a great learning experience for everyone, because that's what Louis wanted to do. Apparently, when Louis was at breakfast this morning, I think he was talking about this today when he was at breakfast, like he actually wanted to say, hey, Russell, can you get on stage with me for about 20 minutes? We'll both sit down. So it's not, so it doesn't look like we're about to throw some elbows or anything. Like, so it looks like we're having a conversation. And, do you want to do that? That way we can find some kind of common ground, work things out together on stage so that the people can see how we can listen to other people's viewpoints and find common ground, and we can grow from this. And he said that he had some kind of a reaction where it's like, it probably sounds like something he didn't want to do, but he agreed that, yeah, that would be good. And then like a few hours later, Louis is on stage and he's like, okay, Russell, where are you at? Like, Russell was here earlier. He's not here anymore. Like, I don't see him in the room anymore, but let's have that talk. Let's get Russell and I up here and let's have a real conversation. Two gentlemen sitting down to where it doesn't look like they're about to fight, because yesterday it looked like they were about to fight. And you have Darius Johnson like back in that background and is like, I can't get any closer to you because it will not be a good situation. And he called Russell J. Gould an asshole on stage, because he was offended by the way he felt Russell J. Gould actually disrespected the military in multiple ways, and Lewis felt that too. But they wanted to work it out, and shortly after Lewis made that announcement on stage, he got a text from Russell J. Gould's security team that he would not be coming back because of concerns for his safety. So he chickened out and he didn't come back and have that conversation on stage. And that's what happened. But, even Janine made it possible for people about the infiltrators. People have those themselves in this truth tour. And that's what I was saying with the guy who was talking now, which his name is Mitchell Smith. He got up there and he's like, I'm Mitchell Colin Smith, blah, blah, blah. And he was saying a lot of things that were assumptions and talking to us as if we were the public who believe all the lies, not knowing his audience, saying, everybody thinks that the UN is going to come save us. No, sir, you're in the wrong room. We don't think that. We do not think that. So the people who are not legit are showing themselves. And there have been a few of those on this tour. But for the most part, I mean, like, that was what Janine said. I don't know who she was referring to. But last night was very explosive. And I highly recommend you tune in and just watch the last 30 minutes to hour of the truth tour, because it was real and raw, and there was a lot of ego, and it got really heated. But then again, it was a good conversation in that no one got hurt and revelations were made, and you can take whatever you want from that, after you see it yourself. Today, it was a magnificent day. There's been a ton of amazing speakers. Every speaker today was amazing, except for this guy that I just thought was a little different, but you make your own decisions what you think. And they're about to finish off with Janine and 107. So I'll finish this up real quick. I don't know if you guys have heard of Katie Rain. I've talked about her a little bit, and recently fell in love with her. She does some very important work, and she was really close with Nick Sylvester. Now Nick Sylvester. So there was someone also that she was referring to a lot, and she was talking about Jason Reed. Now, if you don't know who Jason Reed is, I believe he is either active or former military, but he started his own channel, and he's on BitChute. 17 team and Katie Rain are seeing. Says my internet is unstable, so hopefully you can hear me okay. But what this guy, Shooter, says is that he was part of the whole, I believe he was part of the whole BENGHAZI thing, or at least in Afghanistan, and he saw what happened, and there were whole helicopters taking down people. You know what I'm talking about. And apparently this guy, his wife and child were killed, and he had to go into hiding because they were hunting this guy down. And this is the guy that is talking to Jason Reed. So Katie Rain knew this about this guy and knew it was going to be coming out. And when Jason Reed started coming out with this military intel that he comes out with every single day, he knew that she knew that this Jason Reed guy was legit. Now, what I'm wondering, I'm wondering if this is Shooter. You guys maybe have seen this video. But let's take a look at this guy, because it seems like he might be someone from BENGHAZI. And I can go into a whole lot of information on that topic, but we'll have to do that on Rumble or somewhere else. But that's kind of how I got started too, was I followed what actually happened and what was trying to come out. And Anna Kate covered a lot of that information. If you know who Anna Kate is, you can check out her channel. She talked about Alan Perot. He was one of the biggest whistleblowers, is one of the biggest whistleblowers. But this was right before the election, and he decided to hold off. Now, they did get a lot of his evidence, because this guy has like dozens and dozens of terabytes and boxes of evidence. And if you want to learn more about this whistleblower guy, you can watch the documentary called Feathered Cocaine. This is a real legit contact. This Shooter guy, this guy is what I
am. For those of you who know, you're not saying anything. Well, those golden tickets you have are really lined with lead. Because until the whole truth comes out, it's all just lies on both sides. So anyway, TikTok, have some fun with this. Find out who that man is with the silly curl on his forehead. I had forgotten I even had that curl for decades. Strangest thing, having your memories wiped out. Well, anyway. Having your memories wiped out.
I think the last cut off, so here you go.
Well, anyway. Take care, TikTok. Godspeed.
Just my conspiracy question. Is that Shooter? Jason Reed, if you see this video, maybe you can ask Shooter if that was him. All right, guys, let's go back to the Truth Tour. The link is in the description. Let's go check out the end of this. It's going to be explosive. Much love, guys. We'll see y'all later.